Now that we have explored what Java ecosystem is, we have also ran our first program in the last chapter. It's time to level up the development environment itself. Welcome to chapter 3, where we'll set up powerful tools to help you write, build, and manage your Java projects more efficiently. In this chapter, we'll get introduced to something called the IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. Think of IDE as all-in-one Java workspace. It's where you write your code, compile it, run it, debug it, and even manage your files and folders all in one place. We'll walk through some of the most popular IDEs used by Java developers. By the end of this chapter, you'll have your environment fully set up and ready to write, compile, run, and debug your first Java program in the IDE. So let's get into it, shall we? Before we install anything, let's quickly talk about what an IDE actually is and why it's a must-have for any Java developer or any programming developer for that matter. Think of it as your one-stop coding workspace where you write, run, debug, and manage your complicated Java projects all in one place. Instead of switching between a code editor, a terminal, file explorer, and a version control app, an IDE brings all them together. You get a smart code editor that highlights errors, offers suggestions, and helps you write faster. There's a built-in compiler and runner so that you can execute your code instantly. And if something goes wrong in the code, the debugger lets you set breakpoints and step through your code to figure out what's happening. Most IDEs also support tools like Maven, Gradle, Git, making it super easy to manage dependencies and track your changes. An IDE helps you stay focused, catch mistakes early, and build real-world Java applications more efficiently, more smoothly. Once you get comfortable with the IDE of your choice, the development process becomes much more fun. Now that we know what an IDE is, let's explore some of the most popular ones for Java so you can choose the one which works the best for you. Let's first start with Visual Studio Code or VS Code. It's lightweight, beginner friendly, and very quick to set up. With Java Extension Pack, you can easily add Java support and start coding right away. It's a great choice for small to medium sized projects where you're just learning out, you're just starting out, and you just want a clean and simple experience. The next in line is the STS. STS is basically a variant of Eclipse. This one is specially built for Spring Boot and Spring, since we are going to learn Spring after Java. So it's ideal for enterprise applications, web services, and microservices, which we will be building using Spring Boot. Then we have IntelliJ IDEA, one of the most popular and productive IDEs out there. It's professional grade, packed with smart features, and makes working with large projects effortless. The community edition is free and perfect for students or anyone trying to learn Java. If you're planning to work on complex applications or microservices, IntelliJ is also a great choice. Each IDE has its own strength, so choose the one which fits your project and your development style. The good news is you can always switch or try out different IDEs based on how you evolve with learning Java. Now let's start by setting up our first IDE, that would be the Visual Studio Code. You can just head over to Google and just type out VS Code and go to this official site, and you can download it for the operating system you're using. And once it's downloaded, you just open it. It should be a straightforward process of installation. You just accept and next, and install, and then you just launch it. So this is the interface you're going to get. Next section, and you can just customize it based on your need. I'm going to go with all the default settings, and there we have it. Now to actually run Java code on Visual Studio Code, you need to install Java extension. So you just go to extension here and search for Java, and you have your Java extension pack. So you can install the Java extension pack for this. Okay, we have it installed. You can go ahead and validate that by going to the terminal. You create a new terminal here, and you can write your command to check Java version as well as Java C version. So we have the Java 24 installed, which we did in the last chapter. So it's recognizing that JDK environment, and now we are good to start writing our code in Visual Studio environment. Now we can create a new file, and here you see you get the option to write new Java file. So you click there, and let me close it. We have this default class structure here, which we got. We can change it to hello world maybe, and we can write the same program which we did in the previous chapter. A simple program to print out hello world on the console. Now I can save it to desktop. We need to save it as hello world, and it has already picked up the extension save as type as Java, so you can just save it. In that way we have our first code here, a simple hello world program. And to run this program in this Visual Studio Code, you have a run Java button here. You just click it, and for the first time it's going to take some permissions, so you just allow here, and you see here in the console we have hello world written. So that's how you're going to run your Java programs in Visual Studio Code. It's a straightforward process. This is a simple and lightweight way to start writing Java programs here, and with a few steps Visual Studio Code can become a complete development environment, in fact, by adding all the extensions you need. You have Gradle, you have Maven, you have Spring also, so you can try out these extensions as you grow and evolve while learning Java in detail. Now let's move on to the next IDE. Like, if you're planning to work with Spring Boot or enterprise level Java projects, you definitely need a much more full-fledged IDE like STS. So to get started with STS, you can head to Google again and just write STS download. You go to the first site here, Spring Tools. You have the extension like we saw just in the previous section. Like, you have extension for Visual Studio Code as well, but since we want a full-fledged IDE, I'm going to download it here. And the one for mine is the Windows one, so you just download it, and it's going to download a zip file. You can just head to your download folders and see. You can right click and choose to extract all and select the location here and let it extract, and you see it has created this folder, and inside this we have this is the actual application which you are going to run. You can just copy this and place it in a safe location like C drive maybe. You can create new folder here and you can place it here. Since this is going to behave as an application which you'll be running regularly, so it's better if you keep it in a safe drive like C, since it contains all the applications you run on your system. Let's open it, and here we have the application. You can right click and pin it to start maybe for quick access, so you can access it over and over again. And you just double click this and it's going to open the Spring Tools. It may take a bit more time the first time you run this application, since it's going to initialize all the configurations. And this is the option to select a directory as a workspace. This is the default folder which it creates, but since we are going to learn Java or from basics, we are going to write a lot of programs, so it's better you create a custom location, and so that all of our code is safe and managed there. So I'm going to do that in the documents folder. I'm going to create new folder here, Java sessions core Java. Just select the folder and select and launch. Then you're greeted with this interface, and it's going to ask you for some additional permissions to run. So I'm going to proceed it. I don't feel comfortable with the dark scheme here, so I'm going to change it by going to preferences, and here color. You have appearances and theme, so you can change your theme here. If dark suits your mood, good for you, but for me it's lighter. And apply and restart. Launch. This looks much more fresh. We don't need some additional interfaces here, so I'm going to close the task list. I'm going to close the outline. Since we are not working with Spring right now, I'm going to close this as well. It's a lot more cleaner. So this is the interface where you're going to see the list of your files you're working on, and this is the actual place you're going to write code. So you can create a new project by just clicking here, create a Java project, or you can go to file and new and Java project. You can also create a simple class here like this, but let's just create a Java project first. Simple project, and it's going to use this execution environment as Java 21. You can configure the JRE which you have installed on your system, and let's just go to next and finish. So we have created our first project here. This is going to create a default file. We don't need it, so let's just delete it. And here in source, this is the source folder. You just right click here, new, and you can start creating your classes here. So you see, you don't have to go through that manual process. You just right click and create a class here. The hello world, we are going to name it as hello world. And this gives you some additional options here. Since our hello world program is public, we are going to go with public. We don't need any additional modifiers. We need the main method here. So the main method to run the program. So we are going to checkbox here and finish. So this has created a simple program for us, or with the default structure. So that's convenient, and we just need to add one line here to print out the statement. An interesting thing, let's see. Once you start writing system, you're going to get all these suggestions. So you don't have to write all the things like typing it all. You just can go with the suggestions we got. So system.out.print. So you have different print methods here. We are going to go with the print line method. So print ln, and now you can write here whatever you want to print, like hello world, and you can save the program. And to simply run this program here, you have this play button here. You just click here and you run it as Java application, and okay. And here is the console. If you're able to see, you have the output of this program as hello world. So that's how easy it is. Once you start using IDE, you have everything in place. You have the list of all the code you will be working on here. You have your code editor here, and you have the console here. Right now we are dealing with just 3 windows. As we progress, we will be exploring some additional windows here. That's about the installation and setup and configuration of STS IDE. Now, if you're looking for even more powerful and intelligent and sophisticated IDE for Java, IntelliJ IDEA is another fantastic choice. I think it's much more popular among Java developers. Let's walk through the process of installation of the IntelliJ IDEA. So to do that, again, you can head to Google and search for IntelliJ IDEA. Go to the first site. It is actually a paid application, but we also have a community version. We have a community edition which we can try out, which is free to use. So let's just download it. So once we have IntelliJ IDEA downloaded, you just open it. This is not going to be a zip file. This is going to be an installer. You just double click it and next and next. You can choose these options. For now, I'm just going to go with next and install. Okay, once we have it installed, you can run and finish and confirm and continue. Don't send, and there, skip import. And this is the interface you're going to get the first time while you install IntelliJ IDEA, and we can create a new project in the same way we did it while working with STS. Simple project demo. And your location, you can choose the location. I'm going to save it in documents for now. A build system could be IntelliJ. This is the Java version which is being picked from JDK version which we installed on our system. Then we create, and so we have our first program here. We are not going to work with the main program which we got. These are some things which we will be exploring later on, or else you can just let's get rid of the for code here. We don't need it here right now. This is the simple printf statement. The similar way we have the println statement. You can just select this code here and run. And you see this console here, we have hello and welcome. So this is how you're going to write your Java classes. Let's write another class here, new Java class, hello world. Let's add a println statement here, and we can run this code here by just clicking play. And you see here in the console, we have hello world again. In this way, we are going to keep creating classes for each chapter we'll be working on. That wraps up this chapter. Let's quickly recap what we covered. We began by understanding what an IDE is. It's a powerful environment that brings together all the tools you need to work on complicated Java projects into one single workspace. And then we explored some of the most popular IDEs used by Java developers all around, starting with VS Code. It's a lightweight and simple IDE, perfect for beginners. Then we moved on to Spring Tools Suite, that is the STS, which is tailor-made to work with Spring Boot applications. And finally, we discussed IntelliJ IDEA and installed it. It's a professional grade, feature-rich IDE which you can choose to use as you get more comfortable working with Java projects. We followed along a step-by-step guide to install all these 3 IDEs, configuring them and running a simple hello world program in all 3 of them. And with that, your Java workspace is ready. I'm Venkatesh Mudalia. Till I see you again in the next one. Cheers.